Yo, welcome to the No Limit Podcast, also known as the Go Get Your Mom Cast, because my mom will beat your mom's ass. Here with your mom's last first date, any bull, and your dad's new poker buddy, No Limit Eddie. What up?
That's a good one. One of your best. Underrated. Came out firing today with the intro.
Finally, No Limit has come back to the studio.
Exactly what I was going to say. It feels real good to be back. I hate missing a week. You know, like sometimes life gets in the way, things happen, you know, scheduling conflicts, whatever, but I hate missing weeks. So as much as you're annoyed out there, we missed a week, I'm just as annoyed that we missed a week, so sorry.
I feel like it was good, though.
Now.
We had to let our last 5 or so episodes breathe, because we dropped some fire.
Yeah, we did. We've been dropping
some
really good
episodes went not as hard as they could have because we had such other good ones surrounding them. If we would have spaced them out more, probably they all individually would have done better. But I think that 5-week run we had was definitely the 5 best podcasts in a row we've put together so far.
I agree. I definitely agree for sure. And I really just want to give a quick shout out, not only to our guests, thank you all for coming on, but to Royal Revival, dude. I really think that, and the way you edited it, shout out Ed for editing that video. I think that was probably the greatest episode of our podcast.
Yeah.
Like, without a doubt. Like, entertaining, like, editing. Like, I think that, without a doubt, that's the best concept. Like, I think that that's definitely a great episode.
I bet of all things, a little, just, you know, full open door policy to the No Limit Nation.
Sure.
They fucking banned us in these weird-ass countries, Bangladesh being one of them, for certain music that we use from the wrestlers and
it was China,
and videos.
Wasn't it?
And then the China one, the China Titantron that we played, she was #1 entrant. Mm-hmm. That got us banned on YouTube in general. Like, that video was banned, so I had to take that out. But that's crazy. Just a little tidbit for you.
Yeah, so YouTube didn't win. So No Limit Podcast won, YouTube 0.
Definitely.
But yeah, no, Royal Revival was definitely great. I enjoyed it.
Speaking of a number and 0, dude, I gotta say this. I said it on Twitter.
But let me just say this.
First of all, Super Bowl just happened. We're gonna before we get into our 3 topics tonight, we do got 3 topics for you. We're gonna brief brush on some current events. Obviously, Super Bowl just happened. Shout out to everyone who on your block pool had 3 for the Rams, 0 for the Bengals, because you made out with a ton of money. I said on Twitter that block pools in the NFL, for some reason, that's been the only thing I've just never gambled on. I will gamble on anything else. I just have never gotten into those. I don't know what it is about them. I'm just not interested.
Yeah, I'm not interested either. I've never played one. I've never played a block, but everyone plays them.
Yeah.
Like, my dad comes home with blocks. Like, he's like, on this block,
if you get them cheap enough, you can get people who never gambled in their life to get one. Little $5, $10 block.
Your girlfriend gets one. Your nephew gets one. Everyone gets a fucking block.
Yeah. Anybody who had 3 for the Rams, 0 for the Bengals, they hit huge. Usually the 2 biggest payouts on those blocks are halftime and the final score. Both halftime and the final score fell on 3 Rams, 0 Bengals. Same person won both those quarters.
How do you feel about the outcome of the Super Bowl?
I like it because I bet Rams and over 40.5.
Okay,
that final touchdown. It was great knowing that I needed the Bengals to score 20. Knowing the Bengals scored that 20 and the Rams had 16. If the Rams win, I win because it goes over and they win. You know.
How about Cooper Kupp as the MVP?
I think it should have been Aaron Donald, but I just heard a little thing today.
You should have been Aaron Donald?
As to why it might not have been. Yeah, because his play at the end of the game sealed it. A couple plays at the end of the game by him sealed it, but apparently they pick the MVP at the 2-minute warning. And I believe at the 2-minute warning of the 4th quarter, the Rams were still down, so maybe they pick one from both teams at that point because they don't know who's going to win. But that's what I heard as to why maybe Aaron Donald didn't get it, because his impact came in the very end of the game.
Didn't Cooper Kupp catch that touchdown pass after the 2-minute warning?
Yeah. It leaves,
So he won the MVP without his biggest play of the game on the docket for his MVP award?
Maybe they knew it was coming.
Vegas knows something. NFL
they knew
knows.
That Cooper Kupp touchdown was coming.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, who didn't? The Rams go down the field. Who the fuck else is going to score? It's going to be Cooper Kupp.
What's his name? Fucking...
A thorn in cornerback sides.
Who's that guy, number 18? He's got the craziest name. Skinny white dude.
Danny Gonnett? Nah, I don't know.
He's a receiver for the Rams. I don't know. Something with an S. Skoranek. is his last name.
I never
Skoranek,
heard of
18.
him.
Yeah. Shout out him. He had no chance of winning MVP. Wonder if you could have bet him.
Probably.
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean, I'm fine with it. I wanted the Bengals to win. Shout out, like I said, my cousin Eric, Ohio native. So I wanted a Cincinnati native too. So I wanted, I was rooting for the Bengals. The Bengals are, I always want to root for the team too, like the underdog, the team who's never won it.
Yeah.
So I wanted the Bengals to win, but I'm fine with Matthew Stafford. Shout out Matthew Stafford. I'm a big fan. I think that he deserved a Super Bowl ring in his career. Like, he definitely, without a doubt, deserved one, and he got his. Dude, think about being Matthew Stafford for a second, right? Like, you were in Detroit, Michigan for years getting your balls beat in while playing great yourself, right? With a bad team. In Detroit, Michigan, you go to Los Angeles, California for one season, and you're hoisting a Lombardi trophy under confetti.
Yeah.
That's
We've
crazy.
always known Stafford's been that dude, though.
That's got to feel so good for him, though, to just go out and just immediately prove that shit. Just like Tom Brady, leaving the AFC, leaving the Patriots, and just fucking winning the NFC.
It's kind of nuts
to
think, though. Let's say he grabs a couple more. Are we going to start talking about Stafford as one of the best of all time?
You would have to. Would he be better than Big Ben? Yeah. He would be better than Aaron Rodgers.
If he gets two more.
If he wins 2 more Super Bowls, he is undoubtedly better than Aaron Rodgers at playing football, in my mind.
1,000%.
Because Aaron Rodgers played with great teams all these years, and he's only been to the Super Bowl twice or once.
Once and won it.
And he won 2011 or something, or 2012 he played against the Steelers. I know that.
Yeah. He's definitely gets two more. He's better than Rodgers.
I would agree. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks of all time. He's up there with fucking Elway and shit like that. He would have to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Speaking of greatest of all time, one more little current events that we got to get into. Stone Cold Steve Austin set to return in ring action, WrestleMania 38, Dallas, Texas. What do you think about that?
I like that it's brewing with Kevin Owens. I think Kevin Owens is the perfect person to have that comeback feud with, just because he's just gonna come back for WrestleMania in depth. So, like that one little quick thing. But is he gonna be like a Goldberg, where everything's a stunner or a suplex?
Definitely. Sad thing is that's definitely what it's going to be.
It's like, I don't know. Like, I get it.
The stunner's going to be the setup for another stunner.
Yeah, like, I don't know. He's going to stutter. He's going to stunner him. The whole crowd's going to go nuts. Then Kevin Owens is going to beat his ass for a little bit. There's going to be some slow shit. And Stone Cold will fucking suplex him. And
Duplex him.
Like, he'll duplex him, suplex him. And he'll just stunner him, and then that'll be it.
Yeah.
But, it'd be cool to see the glass shatter and it gets everybody's blood rushing.
Dude, if they got an entrance set up like WrestleMania 13 where they have real glass with Austin 316 on it and he comes through.
He's the greatest gimmick of all time. Right?
What was his gimmick, though? He was
just being fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin and just driving the beer truck out and spraying Vince McMahon. Like, he was just the greatest fucking... Like, everyone just so bought into his character. The way people buy into John Cena and Hulk Hogan and shit like that. People just bought into Stone Cold, but I think he's just way cooler than, the other guys.
I think it would be the greatest return of all time.
Really?
I don't think I ever expected it. I really, truly never expected to see another Stone Cold Steve Austin match in my life.
Maybe he can go out there and really go. Who knows? He's not like in bad shape.
Yo, one time he had Brock Lesnar on his show, Broken Skull Ranch, and they were kind of having a beef back and forth, somewhat real, somewhat, for the show. And they were asking about him coming back for one more match. And he said he would do it in Texas in a Texas death match against Brock Lesnar. That would have been a way sicker return. But we'll get Kevin Owens in a regular match.
I don't know. I think Kevin Owens can do... Brock Lesnar can do a lot, but I just feel like a Brock Lesnar Stone Cold match now would just be a whole lot of nothing. A lot of build up and not a whole lot of action.
If you could do the crazy hardcore shit of like a Texas death match, though, that would be fire.
I'm fine with Kevin Owens. I like Kevin Owens. I think Kevin Owens is good. I think he's one of the only hits that the WWE has had in the past 15 years.
Definitely.
Because they've been struggling for talent in my mind.
All right. So moving on from that, let's see if you got him after that 10-minute talk and make you forget.
We're going to talk about cannibalism. We're going to talk about cannibalism. We're going to talk about the times we done did it on ourselves. And
done did it on them.
Minor inconveniences. We'll talk about some minor inconveniences.
Such as? Give me one. You got some good ones, so just let one slip out.
I think my least favorite minor inconvenience is shitting after a shower. Like, you know, like when you get in the shower and you start like soaping up and like you're really in there, right? Then you're like, oh my God, I really got to get out right now and take a shit like this second. And you're half wet, but the room's steamy. You're like, your cheeks are, no matter what you do, your cheeks are wet.
You could blow dry your ass and you sit down on that toilet, it's wet. Guaranteed.
Yeah, you have no hope of a dry poop. Everything's soaked. Yeah. But yeah, that's a horrible feeling. But let's go into cannibalism first.
So, Cannibalism brought to my attention by a Netflix series, something about crime, some crazy shit. A lot of streaming services come with more
This
crime.
is your first run-in with cannibalism? This is your first brush with cannibalism?
Yeah, first brush with the eating of toes. And a lot
what they were
of...
doing on the show? They were eating toes?
No. A lot of
Eating
streaming
toes?
services are getting into crime stuff because they realize how popular it is. Like we talked about a few episodes ago, JCS Criminal Psychology, RS Crime, GBP. Now we're getting into the depths of YouTube crime. Those are huge videos these days. So I feel like a lot of streaming services are seeing that popularity and creating a lot more crime-centered content for people to enjoy. So in one that Netflix put out, there was an episode dedicated to...
Wait, can I ask you something real quick? If crime TV is as entertaining as, you know, you're talking about, because it is. Everyone loves crime shit. Why isn't Cops a bigger show? Cops is one of the greatest
Cops
shows of all time.
is a huge show.
Cops is gigantic, but I
Bro,
feel like it's still not even
Cops does
talking.
numbers.
Yeah, bro.
Cops
And it's been on
does
forever.
viewing numbers.
Cops has been on forever, but that's the greatest reality TV show of all time.
It really is.
It really is. That is real people in a fucked up state getting arrested on TV. And then they empty their pockets and there's crack pipes and coke and they're like, I don't know where that came from. You know what I mean?
What you throw
like,
back there?
And
What you throw back there? What you throw out the window
they
back
tackle people, bro. Like, they rough people up. It's like a good-ass show. And it's not scripted whatsoever. Real people.
there? Yeah.
I feel like that gets no credit. Shout out Cops.
I wonder, like, now that we're talking about cannibalism, is there anything that they would leave off Cops? Like, is that really a live feed? Like, if they open a door and there's a dude chopping a leg, like, taking a bite, is that not airing?
No way that's airing.
Yeah.
There's no way that's airing. They have to at least abide to some rules. And they do blur shit out. Like, they do let some shit run. But if there was, like, actual felonies being taken place on the camera, I don't think they would show it. What's Adobe telling me? The fuck out of here.
I'm telling Adobe to shut the fuck up because
Wait,
we're recording a podcast.
So what were you saying about cannibalism before I cut you off?
So basically, it was one episode of some type of crime show where they were dissecting different types of crimes in each episode.
On YouTube?
Netflix.
Or Netflix?
The one episode was dedicated to cannibalism and one specific guy who was known as a chef. So we'll get into that. Obviously, everybody has to know, but I guess I'll just say it. What cannibalism is. It's eating humans. It's that simple. On a simple scale, it's just eating human beings as a human being.
No limit.
So what you learn further about cannibalism in this show is that there's things called chefs. People who prepare human meat like it's from a cow. Like preparing steaks. Like they got marinades. They got seasonings. And they cook up this human meat. And people line up to go try it.
If you took a chunk out of an ass, how would you marinate it? What would Ed Remender put on his ass?
Start with a little barbecue for sure.
Barbecue.
But a little like something like hot, like a spicy barbecue. Get that rub. That's the binder. Then we get salt and pep, obviously. Gotta do just basic salt and pep. Mm-hmm. Then I would probably just get some type of like grill seasoning. Rub that shit all over it, and then let it sit.
Just sit in a plastic baggie for like 24 hours.
Yeah.
Take it out the next day and put it on the grill.
Yeah.
Grilled ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you...
Booty brisket.
Yeah. Right up, falling off, like, yeah.
You're getting hungry, dude. You're salivating. You want to go to the chef. So the first thing we got is the chef. That's the first... like in-depth cannibalism we got for you. Okay. Second is that apparently, and this is how they caught this guy on the show, spoiler alert, there's websites where people sign up to be eaten. So I don't know what exactly comes along with that. Like, obviously suicide is included with that.
Now, could
It
you
has
be
to
like,
be.
but could you like sign up and be like, I'll give you you get paid
I
$10,000
just
to
actually
cut
thought
off
about
half my
that.
leg.
No, I just
and you can
actually
eat
thought
it.
about that. If someone, like, seriously, we were just talking about ass. If someone signed up just to have their ass cheek eaten, you could just chop it off, put them under surgery or whatever, and then they would have to heal, obviously, but they wouldn't die, and you could still eat their ass.
Is that how we cure cannibals? Is we donate ass? We donate ass flesh? You know, it's like donating hair. Like, yeah, you can, I got fat thighs. You can take some of my thigh, eat it, satiate your hunger, and then, and keep it moving.
I don't know. I don't think so. They probably like organs and shit.
Organ donors. Add cannibals to the list.
You think there's not organs being sold on
Could
the
you
black
imagine if it
market
was like,
so that
all right,
people can eat them? Come on.
Meg needs a new lung, and then the next person on the list just wants to eat a kidney. He's just like, I'm just waiting in line. I'm gonna eat it. I signed up. I'm here to eat it. Yeah, I'm here to eat the kidney.
Dude, I was here way before her.
This is bullshit. Dude comes in like a wheelchair, like yellow, and they're gonna give it to him instead. And he's like, nah, I've been waiting 3 weeks. I was promised a kidney. I'm eating kidney tonight. Fuck you. Like that.
It's me and the wife's anniversary. I need that kidney.
I'm not eating sirloin steak again. Do you hear me? But yeah, cannibals are, I think, sick.
So how they caught the dude, before you tell me
Obviously.
how sick they are, is that they signed up. They got an FBI agent to sign up to be eaten. And then the dude said, all right, come to my house, whatever, I'm going to prepare you. And then they showed up.
And he's a free
Caught
as
him.
fuck.
Yeah. Showed up, they caught him. Dude, and this guy was so sick. Like, he had no remorse. Like, his face was just nothing at all times after he got arrested. But, like, in a weird way, I kind of felt him. Because it's like, dog, these people are signing up to be fucking eaten. He's probably making some type of money off that. And it's like, you're definitely a fucking freak. You definitely got issues. But it's not like you were going out and finding people and killing them. They were signing up volunteering.
And they are getting killed.
I guess, maybe.
It's not a situation where he's taking ass chunks and
See, the thing about it is that the show was...
I guess you have to die.
The show was more covering him, so they weren't really getting into the details
that's a
about the
fucking pretty important
cannibalism.
detail
They were
if he's
just talking
killing the
about
people.
He probably was. Because I
Yeah.
think the show had something to do with murderers. I think he was killing them. He wasn't just doing the therapy treatment that we just talked about. A little ass here and there, a little thigh. It'll cure you up in a couple of days. You'll be
If there's
back on
anybody
steak.
on Earth that you could eat, like say like, but you were doing a good thing, right? It was to kill somebody, like basically like an execution, right? How like we execute bad people. You had to eat them though, but you get to wipe them off the earth.
What do you mean? Like, so
I'm telling you get like a free pass to eat somebody you don't fuck with.
Would I even eat somebody I don't fuck with? That's putting bad energies inside your body.
Or it's like the ultimate own. Like, I ate you.
I would just eat them in the metaverse, honestly. Like, show everybody I did it, but it wouldn't be like the real thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that either. Joe, but you were talking about cannibalisms. Why do I keep calling them that? I keep calling the people cannibalisms. Cannibals. So I was reading up on some cannibals, some classic cannibals. Recent Army Hammer, who's an actor. I was reading about it. He was like, so I saw that he carved his initial into some chick's pelvis, and then literally asked her, "Is like, can you get your rib removed for me to eat it?" And then like she told everybody this, and he was like, "I never said that." As one does, but that's like the allegations against him. You know how like Louis C.K. was like jerking off in front of people. The allegations against Army Hammer is that he's like a cannibal. Like he wants to eat. Like another girl said that he wanted to like suck on her like wounds and like kiss her like cuts and shit.
I don't
like
even
that.
know who this guy looks like. I'm
He's
interested
just an
to
actor.
pop him
He
up.
literally looks like a white guy.
A white guy.
Just a white dude who made it. Like,
execute him.
you want to execute Army Hammer? Would you eat him to get rid of him?
That would be a poetic justice way to send him out. I really,
yeah.
bro. Honestly, you asked me this question. My stone solid answer is I really think that whatever scenario you presented to me, I would never eat anyone.
Yeah, I'm not really into the idea
Like you
either.
just keep saying it, and I'm just like, dog. Any scenario, I think you could like murder my family. the way I choose to torture you if I caught you would not be to eat you. Wouldn't even cross my mind.
I would never. I don't think I would ever torture somebody.
If someone murdered your family, you wouldn't torture
I would
them?
literally just end them. Like an instant end.
Instant end?
Yeah, like you get literally no more time. Like you're like I would just stomp on their head.
Yeah.
Like literally just stomp on their head.
It's honestly
Like put them in
nuts.
handcuffs and just stomp on their fucking skull.
When it comes down to it, you know, if you got no other way to kill somebody,
and leave them
stomping on their head until they fucking stop breathing.
One good stomp. One good stomp is all it takes.
Yeah.
It's a head. You know?
You're telling somebody to bite the curb.
Not even.
Remember when we were younger, people used to really act like people would do that?
That is hardcore. That scene in American History X is hard to watch.
Oh, when he makes the guy bite the curb.
And the dude's teeth hits the fucking concrete, bro.
Yeah.
Oh.
Were people really doing that?
Ooh. I'm sure that's happened, bro.
Not in our era, for sure. Any old heads out there who watch the podcast, for real, let us know. I want to know. Where's that? Did you ever witness somebody being told to bite the curb?
I guarantee you that somebody was killed like that because of American History X. Like somewhere, somebody was just like, I'm gonna make this dude bite the curb.
It's making my jaw hurt.
That's fucking disgusting.
Thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's much more than a minor inconvenience having to bite the curb.
Major
You're a
inconvenience.
fucking stone idiot if you do it. Why did the guy, I can't remember in American History X, why did he do it?
I think, like, in a situation
Because why
like
would
that,
you
like,
not just fight? Like, all right, if you
I
got
think the guy had a gun to his head. I know. But
it's like you're...
So, I think that, like, obviously I've never been in a situation like that, right? But if I was, I think that the human nature for some people is just to, I'm going to do anything that might give me a fucking chance to get out of this. Maybe if he thought he bit the curve, somebody was going to put a stop to it. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, who knows?
It's
And
really
if I just turn
making my
around real
jaw
quick,
hurt.
I'm shot immediately. You know, I don't know. Who knows? I would fight.
Yeah,
I would
have
just
to.
fight.
Just no way.
I would just fight.
No chance.
You have to shoot me. You have to shoot me in the head.
I would want you to. If my other option was...
Yeah, it was to bite the curb and just have that humiliating, like, death like that. Like, I crawled to the curb and bit it and you kicked me.
Honestly, in that scenario, the dude having a gun is the minor inconvenience. The having to bite the curb is a major inconvenience.
Instant beef.
Mm-hmm.
If you get a gun pulled on you, that's instant beef.
Yeah. Is that worth putting on the board? I don't think so.
Nah, but that's so obvious. I don't think I need to remind anybody about that one.
Instant Sharif.
Instant Sharif. Yeah, minor inconveniences, though. So, like, my when I'm thinking of minor inconveniences, right, I'm thinking of, like... So this, I feel like this can be a wide range. Like, I feel we got to go into this. So a minor inconvenience is like when you're washing your hands with sleeves and your sleeves get wet. Or like you're washing your hands and your hoodie strings get into the sink.
Dude, the sleeves wet one
Horrible.
makes my blood run cold.
It's horrible.
Like, I can't. That's such a minor inconvenience that's so annoying. That sleeve, like, will take forever and a day to dry. Nothing is dry in that sleeve.
Yeah. It's what trips me out about it is that there's people who don't have running water, and I can run to my faucet in my bathroom, in my of my 5 faucets in my house of running water, and get water on my sleeve and be pissed all day about it. Some people don't even have running water in their house. This is what I mean. It's a minor inconvenience.
Dude, even if you don't have running water in your house, if you got a shirt on your back and you got to run to the river to get water, if you wet that shirt, you're pissed.
And I'm all sweaty. What the fuck?
Yeah, like you wet the sleeve of your shirt, you run to the river to get water. It doesn't even matter. You're still mad. It's not like you're just like, oh, I'm just thankful for the water. You're still pissed that your wrist is wet.
So getting your car towed, is that a major or minor inconvenience?
Major. Because
that's major.
Getting your car towed, like, I swear they just take it wherever.
Yeah.
And then they can never tell you where it's at after the fact. Even when you pay for it, it's like, oh, you got to go over to...
It's also just like someone came and took my fucking car.
Oh, we had to take it to Jersey. Like...
Said who? I didn't say that.
Yeah.
That ain't close to me.
Exactly. And it's just a random person. It's not even like it's like for instance, if you buy your car from a dealership, whatever, you owe... Well, a lot of places you just owe the bank money, but say you owe the dealership money. That tow truck isn't coming from the dealership. It's just a tow truck company. Like you're
they just take it to their boy.
You're in a spot that, or you're in a lot where you got to pay to park. Like, your meter goes over. Some random truck shows up and takes your vehicle to a random location. That's like, why is that a thing?
I agree. The tow truck, like that whole business is just so shady. Like tow trucks and like towing, and I think everything about that is weird.
My first year at Temple, I lived in this building called The Edge, and my window out of my room was looking at a big parking lot that was for a movie theater on Cecil B. Moore Street. Mm-hmm. And a student must have parked in that parking lot all day, and a tow truck came looking for cars and was towing her car, and she showed up while the car was being towed. Dude, she fucking went off on this dude, telling him to get the car down. But you know how the tow trucks are. You know from the shows. They're not dropping that car for nothing unless you pay right there. It's a little cheaper if you pay right there, and then if you let them take it away, it's like $50 more. So she's snapping on him. She's talking about she's going to call the cops on the phone. All of a sudden, her phone goes back in her pocket. I don't know if she called the cops or whatever. It's years ago at this point. She kicks him in the shin and 2 pieces.
No way. No limit. I did not know that's where we were going.
And she's like, fuck. Boom. Kicks him in the shin. He grabs his shin and she just goes, bah, bah.
Like good?
Like good enough. Yeah. Like it wasn't like she's Floyd Mayweather, but she punched him for real. Like 1, 2. And then like, maybe it was a little one of these like front palmers, but she hit him good and then like stormed away. And good for him that he kept his composure. Yeah. He still didn't like hit her back or not. And he was just like, oh, fuck you. If the cops come, they'll hear about that, whatever. But that shit was some no limit shit.
He's a tow truck driver. He's probably a big dude. He probably didn't.
So right there answers your question. That was a major inconvenience. She kicked him in the shin, cardinal sin to do to a dude. That's like second after kicking him in the balls, and 2-pieced him. That was a major inconvenience.
Girls fight like the fucking Joker. They have like all gimmicks and tricks. Like it's like a ball shot, a shin shot, fucking poke you in the eyes and slap you. It's like they fight like fucking. They fight like clowns.
They fight like the Three Stooges.
What?
And they say shit like that too, probably. She probably kicked him in the shin and said,
That's so stupid.
That karate when she was 8 really paid off.
That's so stupid, dude.
Oh!
You got a minor inconvenience?
Do I got one?
Yeah.
You think when you're wearing a fresh pair of shoes somewhere so dirty, like you put on a fresh pair of sneaks,
or like when you first buy your shoe and the first person to step on them, you're like, dude, just got these.
Yeah.
Every time. Like, there's always the first person to step on them.
Yeah.
Even if you don't say nothing, you're like, damn, I just bought these shoes.
I remember way back when I was a young boy, I had just gotten some fresh-ass Nikes. They were like the Air Force Ones, but they had like a little, instead of like on the white, they were the low Air Force Ones, but they had like a red line. Just like one single red line.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And I went to a football game. The field was all mud. Like, it was not raining that day, so I thought it was going to be cool. I show up, and somehow the field was completely mud.
It was probably like one of those shit fields that it rained like 4 days before, and it was just still tore the fuck up.
Yeah. Fresh pair of shoes.
Sucks.
Fresh pair of shoes in a dirty environment. Minor inconvenience.
At least they were Air Force Ones, though. Yeah, but like Air Force Ones, you can clean easy.
For stepping on my shoes.
Yeah, like if they were like, say you had one like, because this is years ago, say you had like fresh white Roshis, your shoes would have, you had to throw them out after that game. They would have had no chance to survive.
Roshis are corny.
Yeah. But people wore them back in, like, remember, like, 10 years, people used to wear Roshis. Roshis are corny, though. It's like having, like, literally nothing on your foot. It's like a sock.
Let me just say this, because I think I'm out.
But, let me just say this.
I'm going to keep saying the whole podcast. But, let me just say this. I want to walk up to you with a razor-sharp object.
Stab you in the heart and puncture your lungs. Stab you in the heart and puncture your lungs. Fuck.
That's a great video.
Yeah, that's a OG.
I wanted to say this on the podcast. Probably should have said it in the beginning, but I feel like minor inconveniences run a little bit dry, so I'll fill you up with this.
All right.
Hot take. Chick-fil-A is getting old to me.
Whoa! Nah, I'm not on the Chick-fil-A deck. Like, I really don't eat a lot of fast food though. So, I mean, I know people who go every day. You know, I know people who go weekly. Like Schweigert, friend of the podcast. Schweigert's at Chick-fil-A all the fucking time, right? Like, he's always eating that shit. So, like, some people really do eat Chick-fil-A a lot. I just never... It's good.
I might eat it after this. Give it one more shot.
Yeah, like, I don't know. It's just fucking chicken.
Yeah, it's just getting old. Like, I've just had it, you know? Like, I've had it a million times. I've had it.
I bet you if we ate it right now after this podcast, though, it would slap.
Yeah.
Like, if we just got regular chicken sandwich with pickles and fries with Chick-fil-A sauce, I would...
It would.
I would never go home.
I'd probably get a milkshake.
Damn. I had an American runs on Dunkin' breakfast
Speaking
today.
of milkshake, I know a cannibal would want to eat my John.
Your what?
My thumper.
Your ass?
My ass cheeks.
I got a little ass. I got no ass. I think I don't know what probably my belly. Probably my belly probably the best. My belly and my boobs. You know?
What was the last topic? See what time we're running on?
Times like that we like done did it on ourselves.
Done did it on?
Done did it on him.
Done did it?
Done did it. Yeah, like if like you shit or piss in your pants.
Young done
As an adult though.
Young Dunder hit.
Donda. Yeah, like if you like shit or piss yourself. You said you had a piss story. I got all shit stories.
So my piss story is just an absolutely great story in general. I might have told you before, but I am 99.9% certain that I had not told it on the podcast. But it is an absolute classic of a story.
I think I told my one story on the podcast we never released.
So this story, the piss aspect is going to way come out of left field. It's just a great story otherwise. But wait till the kicker when the piss comes in.
Am I buckling in for this one?
Strap in. Oh. So we're chilling. I'm probably like 17. So like 8 years ago. Chilling with two friends at their house out in the suburbs of Philly. Completely dead sober, honestly. And we might have like smoked a little bit. We weren't drinking or anything, but we smoked. And then
so when you pissed yourself, you were sober?
Smoked.
Oh, okay.
So we smoked, and then they start looking in the newspaper for like back page ads of masseuses it's happy endings. It's all happy, like, you know what I mean? You know, in the newspaper, all that shit that says massage, it's really getting jerked off or getting head from an Asian. Most of the time. Most of the time, Asian. If you find one that's not Asian, you got the luck of the draw. I don't know. I
thought you were going to say, let me know. Right in the no@gmail.com.
So, boom. They start looking in these ads to find these masseuses. And I'm just like, I had a girlfriend at the time. I was like, I'm definitely not doing this. Like, I'm never going to pay to get head or a hand job from some hooker when I literally could get it for free tomorrow. And, like, that's just dirty. Why would I do that?
I love the fact that love for the girlfriend wasn't a factor. It was more just like I could get it for free.
The fact that me saying that's just dirty, that's kind of love for her. Because I wouldn't go fucking...
Oh, I thought you meant it was dirty to get like a happy ending.
No, I'm saying like I wouldn't do that out of respect for her. Because it's like, that's disgusting. I'm gonna come fuck you the next day after saying, yeah, I got blown by some dirty hooker in a whorehouse.
Sure.
So I wasn't about it. But I'm obviously riding with them for whatever they want to do. So we're out in the suburbs. We all hop in the whip. And they're saying like, oh, we're going to go down there. We're going to go to this back alley masseuse thing in Center City.
You said you were a sophomore in high school, so you're not 18. So they're not 18.
I was like 17.
And they're not 18.
They're not 18.
So you was rolling.
But I mean, like, they're not going to ask for ID.
No, I know, but I'm just for the point of the story.
You look old enough. So we're riding down there the whole time. And I'm adamant the whole time that I'm not going in. I'm like, I'm riding, but, you know, like, I'm not going in. So we pull up to some spot just outside Philly and we spark a blunt. Now I'm fried because I was young bull high. Yeah. Like, you know, when you're just out of it, I was fried, just sitting in the back seat and still saying, I'm not going in the whorehouse. You guys can go in. I'll sit in the car.
This is a whorehouse?
Bro, it's a whorehouse.
It's a whorehouse. Like the Cat House. Remember Cat House, the show like that?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is a whorehouse, bro.
Oh, all right.
So I didn't go in, but I had firsthand details of what it was in there. So after we smoke, we drive all the way to the place. While we're driving all the way to the place, which is like a 10-minute addition to the first ride we took, they're calling them. with the number that was on the newspaper to say we're coming. So the kid's on the phone with the girl, it's an older Asian lady, saying like, how many are you bringing? And he says 3, because there's 3 of us in the car, even though I had been saying like, I'm not doing it. But because of that, because we had 3 of us, the lady was like, oh, you got 3? Okay, pull around the back, we got a spot for you, like giving us parking and shit, because we had 3 at the same time. That's like probably like a $300 mission for them, you know. That's their rent. That's their rent for the month. So we get there, and I'm like, bro, I'm not going in. I don't care that you told her 3. Like, I'm not going in. So she comes out, this old lady in like a kimono. And I'm being dead serious. We talked about earlier how comedians on podcasts, they exaggerate a little bit. I'm not exaggerating. Old Asian lady comes out this back alley room thing. There's like
a pagoda like underneath I-95 somewhere.
In a kimono. And we're sitting there in the car, and she lets us pull in the lot. So I pull in the lot. They pull in the lot. I wasn't driving. I get in the driver's seat now. They go in. I'm waiting for them. They're in there. 10 minutes goes by. 20 minutes goes by. 25 minutes goes by. 45 minutes goes by. I'm like, yo, where the fuck are they at? And I start skitzing, because remember, don't ever forget, I'm young bull fried, because this comes into play, the fact that I'm so high too. So I start skitzing, and I'm like, yo, what if something happened to them? Like, what if they come running out of this place? Like, so I pull out of the lot and get back in the regular alleyway. So just in case they come fucking running out, like I'm going, like I'm in the alleyway ready to drive away. They can't lock this gate on me.
Yeah.
So I pull out the gate, and I'm sitting in the street. During this time that I'm sitting in the street, a piss starts brewing in my pants. I gotta go real bad. And I'm waiting for them to come out. They finally come out. I want to say almost an hour had passed. And they come out walking, and they're all laughing and smiling. So I'm like, they definitely got blown, like whatever, right? So they get in the car, and I'm like, what happened? And they say nothing. Like, we didn't get blown, we didn't get head, nothing. And I'm like, why? You were in there forever. And they just said, well, the lady brought down the lineup, and it just was a bunch of Asian girls who looked like they had not slept in days. Just like slaves, pretty much. And they said we just couldn't do it because of the dirty aspect, like I mentioned earlier, which is one of my reasons for not wanting to go in. But they were in there for so long, which now makes me think maybe they just lied. But at this point, I'm like, I got to take a piss. But you remember, I'm skitzing. I'm still skitzing because I'm like, yo, this lady's pissed. We just told them we had 3 people. Then 2 of us went in, and they walked out without getting anything.
Did you ever see Howard and Kumar with Neil Patrick Harris when she comes out the shotgun?
Yeah.
Time to put your dick in the dirt. Like, that's what you thought was going to happen. Like, she was going to come with some fucking
like something
shotgun.
like that. I was like, wow, she's fucking pissed. She was on the phone with him, like, thought this was good money coming in. Mm-hmm. Probably seen, like, 3 white dudes, like, thought she was getting bread.
Yeah.
And
3 young studs for her girls.
Yeah, and got nothing. So, but I gotta take this piss. And now we're in the middle of the alleyway, and I'm like, if we start driving, we're probably got a long drive. I gotta go. One of the things about being young bull high, when you gotta piss, you gotta go. Badly. Mm-hmm. So, I get out of the car, and I just start pissing in between the doors, old school. And it feels so fucking good that I just close my eyes, and I'm just like, like look up at the sky, just eyes closed, just pissing.
Sometimes, yo, uncapping a piss like that is like no other feeling on earth. When you just finally just let it release. Mm-hmm. I hear you.
So I'm just letting it go, and I had pulled my shorts like just under my balls, and my ass was still covered. So my shorts were like still on one side, they were all the way at my waist, and on the front side they were just under my balls. So I'm just so high, looking up at this guy, eyes closed, just pissing. And all of a sudden my leg is so hot, and I was so fried that I didn't even, like, it didn't register right away what was going on. I was just like, oh, it feels so good, my legs feel hot. I looked down. My shorts had completely flipped back up over my balls, and I've been pissing all over my shorts for like 5 straight seconds. The hardest stream I've ever had. all over my
You know,
shirt.
like when you accidentally do shit like that, sometimes you get like a little bit of piss on your pants or something like that because like you fuck up, you make a bonehead move. I just like that you like uncorked it and just let it ride and had no idea. I could tell like you had a pile of piss on you. Like you had a lot of piss. Heavy stream.
Yo, so now I gotta get back in the car and drive all the way back home.
You gotta just tell them. Like I would be like, guys, I just pissed all over myself. If it's that much.
So what I did was, and this was so smart of me, and I feel like only my fried mind could come up with this. I was like, yo, what do you do if you like how do you get, like, if you piss yourself, like, what do you do? I'm gonna start smelling like piss. I was like, what is a scenario like where you piss yourself and nothing, like, it's nothing? I was like, wait, if you're in a pool. Then I was like, if I just get a bunch of fucking water and pour it all over my legs, like, I won't be sticky or anything, like, it'll just kind of wash away. My friend had a case of water in his back seat, and he had a bunch of clothes and shit, I guess. I don't know what they were from, like, just in the back. Dog, I started unopening these bottles of water. I took like 5 of them in his back seat and just poured it all over myself. Like, literally soaked my legs. And then grabbed like a couple of hoodies or something and like dried it up. And it was like way better. It wasn't like I was good as new, but it really felt like I didn't even piss
And you were
myself.
sitting in the back seat of the car?
Yeah.
Yeah, no one knew a thing, but his hoodies probably smelled like piss.
No, they didn't, dude.
You don't think so?
I used so much water that
It
it
washed it
diluted
really all
it.
away?
Like, it diluted it so much. I used an insane amount of water bottles.
Damn, bro. That
and
is
poured
pretty
it all
fucking
over my
impressive.
legs. Yeah.
Think on your toes. Bro, put your feet to the fire. You'll come up with some amazing shit. Seriously. Like, oh my God, I got pissed over myself. What do? I see 5 water bottles and clothes. I know what I'm going to do. Like, imagine that happened to somebody. You would never come up with that idea. Be like, why don't you just pour 5 water bottles on yourself and rub all these clothes on you? You would never, you were just like, you know what I mean?
Because I'm in the back of the car. I don't want to tell them I'm about to smell like piss.
But really, like, they were just waiting for you to piss, right? So how long's a piss take? A minute max? So you really got to think, this all has to happen quick, you know? Say they watched you do the whole thing.
No, I'm saying I got back in the car after pissing myself. And I was covered in piss already.
Wait, you poured the water on yourself in his car?
In his car while we were driving. Like, the lights were out in the car.
So his back
seat
was just soaked in water and piss.
Yeah.
How'd you explain that?
I didn't.
Bro, do you don't think he went into his car and was just like, it's soaked?
No, bro. I don't know.
Was that the last time you ever hung out with him?
No. No, I just got away with it. I don't know, dude.
I like to imagine they knew the whole time. Yeah, like you're pouring all this water and they're just like looking at each other like, the fuck is he? It smells like piss. Bro, what do you have, like a fucking Chevy Malibu? He's probably so close to.
You got one? Nah, it was like a
Dude,
it was like an SUV.
All mine's are poo. They're all poo stories. I'm a big poo guy.
Finish us out with a poo story.
What do you want? You want bar? You want all right, so do you want the after weight loss story, or do you want the story of me at the bar, or do you want the most recent one, which is my fantasy draft?
Fantasy draft.
All right. So this was the first fantasy draft that we ever did at a place that we like rented. We rented a room at Chickies and Pete's, right? What's great about the story, so off the bat information that you need for this story to be killer is that this is at Chickies and Pete's. It's public. It's draft season. It's peak draft season. It's like a week before the season starts. So not only are we drafting in this room, but like 5 other leagues are also drafting in this room. And then outside is a mob Chickies and Pete's. So I'm also wearing white shorts. It's summer. It's like August. Like the end of August. I'm literally wearing white shorts and I think boxers. Like not boxer briefs, like a thin boxer. So I'm sitting there, I'm eating crab fries, I'm dipping them in cheese, and there's pizza, there's wings, there's chicken fingers and honey mustard. I'm drinking beer, I'm doing me. So I start farting.
Let a couple out.
It is a fantasy draft. Spoiler alert, this is a football fantasy draft in a private room in Chickies and Pete's.
To take it to the no limit extreme, you turn that room into a gas chamber.
But you think I'm the only one? That dudes were probably just gassing it. It probably smelled horrible in there. Like if a woman walked in there, they'd probably vomit. It was 40 dudes drafting football teams, drinking beer and eating hot wings. It was chaos.
And cheese.
So,
dude, Ed fucking Savitz would be in all his glory.
Ed Savitz would fucking die of what is it?
Overjoyed.
It's like erotic asphyxiation or something. Yeah, Ed Savitz would his brain would explode. So I'm sitting there, I'm drafting, and fart. Like when you shart.
Yeah.
That guttural reaction of like, holy shit. So that happened, but I was in white shorts. I had to react fast. Meanwhile, I'm at a table with 11 of my friends. So like I had to like one of these, like grip my like shorts, and I was like standing there. So now I'm holding my shorts, making sure I'm clenching my cheeks to get my boxers in, right? So my boxers are taking all the heat. Got to keep it off the white shorts. If I was wearing black shorts, it'd be a different story.
Gotta keep it off the fresh whites.
I just beeline to the bathroom. I don't know what's on my ass. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about nothing. I'm waiting to go into Chickies and Pete's and see just anarchy on my shorts. And no limit. You go to Chickies. Shout out this guy. He's been there forever. My guy, the bathroom assistant at Chickies and Pete's, always in there. I'm like, he's gonna have to see my shitty ass, and like he's always like, I can't hide from this. So luckily, I get into a stall, right? And I look in my underwear, I clean up, whatever. And I had to like get my phone and start taking like ass shots so I could see if there was shit on my ass, dude. And luckily there wasn't. I made out like a bandit. But the door behind the stall that I was in wouldn't lock. So I had to like keep like arming it because it kept opening on me as I was like cleaning my ass and like putting my thing and like taking ass shots and like holding the shit thing back. Dude, it was just... like, I think we were like in round 8 of like 17 rounds. Like, if I shit myself, like, what would I have done? Like, guys, I gotta leave or I gotta draft with poop on me. But
I don't know.
Bygones are bygones, and I had a quick reaction, a quick cleanup. You had to react very quick. If I just doubted it for an extra 3 seconds. It could have been a whole different night.
Yeah.
If I'm just like, I didn't shart.
You can't doubt it.
No, you had to be like,
Can't doubt it.
It's wet. Yeah, there's wetness.
That's true. I don't do like. I feel like more dudes have that problem more often than you would think.
I think sharts are they might be like an almost yearly occurrence. Sometimes you just shart.
Like that's not. I don't go through that.
No, I mean, I guess I can't say yearly because in my adult life, so let's say since I was 17 years old, I've shit my pants 3 times. So 3 times in 8 years.
I know the other one's a good story about you running home. Can we get that one too?
You want to get that one? All right. So this is the after weight loss story. So I used to be real fat, lost all my weight over a summer, and then
Chunkers.
I was a chunker, and then I was at my brother's graduation party for high school. I think, yeah, it had to be high school. So I'm, drinking Canada Dries, and I'm eating cake, and
talking,
just eating pizza. Whatever. I'm going hard, and this is the first day I had any of this stuff, right? So I go out with my friends that night. We're at Castles, right? So it's just like a lot, but it's kind of close to my house, and I'm drinking Four Loko, as one does when they're 16 years old, and I'm like, damn. And I remember too, I was wearing like ball shorts. This is 9. I'm wearing ball shorts at like that to my like fucking calf. And it's all black. So I'm wearing a black t-shirt, black ball shorts. So honestly, really good clothes to be in for a shit your pants situation. So my stomach starts feeling weird. I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, I'm so close to home, I'll just walk home. I get not even half of a city block and my legs like buckle and I just like farted and like just shit everywhere, but massively. So this isn't a shart. This is like
pooped your pants.
Turd. Like just like this was just like it was. This was like bad. This was really bad. Think about your worst shit
coming at your leg.
But it was solid, But just think about and this was all over my legs, my shoes, my socks, my shorts. It was
today's podcast is giving me a lot of like real feelings on my body. Like it's just making me.
We're getting into your body. But dude, like my legs were brown. Like it was horrible. So this is just one of those moments that like life gets to you, like life happens. And you just gotta just say, fuck it all, I don't care. I'm walking home, I had to walk by 2300 Arena. There's an event. So there's 90 million people outside waiting in line, there's cars, there's valet people fucking flicking shit. I'm bobbing and weaving
Sabu
cars.
must have been in town.
Sabu might have been in town. I was bobbing and weaving cars. I was like walking backwards and shit because I was literally covered in poop. Like covered. I could have just blew right by it and just fucking forgot it all. But I don't know. I wanted to save some face. So I get to my house. Thank God nobody was awake. This is like 10 o'clock at night. So the party was over. Like my mom was like going to bed or whatever. And I get butt naked in my living room immediately because I'm not going to walk through my house with shit. So like my shoes and shit are on the porch. Take my clothes. I'm in my yard. It's the summer. So I go into my yard literally butt naked head to toe and throw my shit into an existing trash bag. Like my clothes, my underwear. And so if literally any of my neighbors would have came out at that moment, I would have been literally ass naked in my yard. And then I went upstairs. I showered. I got into the shower and I shit again. Uncontrollably. In the shower. And I'm talking like turds on the floor. Like I was busted up. I was real busted up. And no limit. I had to stomp it into the things. I had the bubble guts for sure, but yeah. Limit. I did have to Flintstone it out.
Oh, stanky boon talking.
I had to yabba dabba do it down the fucking sewer.
Yabba dabba did it on yourself.
I did yabba dabba did it on myself.
I think that'll yabba dabba do it for this episode.
Yeah, I think it's enough shit and piss. I think that this episode should be minor inconveniences, cannibalism, and shit and piss stories.
You know, it's funny. The minor inconveniences topic was a minor inconvenience to the podcast.
I think it was. I think that we might... Don't even fucking mention it. This episode's all about cannibalism.
Cannibalism and poop.
Yeah. And pee.
It was all about the boot and talking.
It's just all about that bod. Everything about the body. Mm. And once again, you learn nothing valuable.
You know, what's the episode number, bro? Last time I was messing around. Now 64?
Fuck. I want to get an accurate number right now. Let's get an accurate send-off. Let's get the real number.
I'm going to be certain with 64.
They've been hanging out with us long enough now.
62 was Royal Revival.
This is 64.
That's right. That's been it. Episode 64, No Limit Podcast, Season 3, the endless season. Still going on. Just a small break last week. We'll see you again next week. Peace.
No.